Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Jane Ohlmeyer. I'm the Professor of Modern History at Trinity College Dublin. It's a real honour to be here, and I want to begin by congratulating Catherine and the National Library on this exquisite exhibition. Catherine and I got to know each other nearly 20 years ago, and I cannot tell you how wonderful it has just been to listen to her and to see this extraordinary success. I was the internal examiner on our PhD thesis, and that's going back a long time, and this is what it's all about. I have 3 images, and I'm going to make 3 very basic points about each image. The first one we've already seen, but I'd like you to put up the photograph of the Galway fisherwomen holding the most enormous fish, and I'd love somebody to identify it for me. Is it a turbot? What is it? A cod. Oh, thank you very much. The women of Ireland who are not called upon to have any opinion whatsoever as to who has the right to speak for Ireland. Sorry, I distracted everybody. The right to speak for Ireland. For me, this is all about women's voices. I am a historian, and obviously it's hugely important that women's voices are heard and are recorded for posterity. Catherine has managed to recapture women's voices, and particularly Alice Milligan's voices, but there are thousands of Irish women whose voices we don't have. Because I studied the 17th century, and as we go back in history, women become even more obscure, and sadly we only know many Irish women over the centuries by their relationship with a man. It might be their father, it might be their brother, it might be their husband, but it's always a mediated relationship. So wherever we do have these archives, and they are there, it's so important that we actually bring them to public attention. So that was a very simple first point. The second reflection is actually around a wonderful image of the Galway school teacher. If we can just go to that, and the caption reads, that's it, back, that's it. Let us realise our responsibility at this crisis and in our country's history and act up to it. Well, how appropriate to have this image, given what Ireland is going through today. It's very, very clear that we, the women of Ireland, can do so much to help rebuild Ireland at home and abroad. And again, speaking as a historian, I've been very conscious that over these moments of crisis in our history, the very real role women have played in helping rebuild Irish society. We did it during the crisis of the mid-17th century, which is my area of expertise. Women helped to rebuild Ireland. If we could do it in the mid-17th century, you could be damn sure we can do it again at the beginning of the 21st century. The third image I just simply want to comment on is a political cartoon showing Hibernia. Here it is here. I'm a historian. These sorts of cartoons are hugely important to us as sources, but the caption, "Freedom is yet a far-off thing, yet must we who desire it work for it as ardently and as joyously as if we had good hope that our own eyes should behold it." For me, this really brings home how far we still have to go. Women have achieved a huge amount in recent history, and it's very recent history, but we still have a long way to go. And let me give you a single example to illustrate that. I'm an academic, I work in Trinity. 2/3 of our students are women. 1/3 of the academic staff are women. And I'm here today as one of the very few senior female professors. Now, Trinity is a tremendous institution, and yet at the heart of our educational universities, we really need to see more women. And throughout the institution, in other words, half of the women in Trinity should be women. And maybe it's time that a woman actually was leading one of the Irish universities. Here, here. use this to campaign. but that decision is very much in the hands of the electorate of Trinity, and I'll close now. But thank you, and enjoy the exhibition and enjoy the day. Happy International Women's Day.